Let's take a minute and talk about something that's kind of been on my mind lately: feminism. First, I think it's only fair that we talk about the benefits of feminism. The benefits of feminism are men like myself and my generation, we don't mind helping out in the kitchen or helping clean around the house because we realize that we're partners. And then that's part of our responsibility as well. It has nothing to do with being a man or a woman. It has everything to do with helping out your loved one and being a team. So, I mean, that's a definite benefit of feminism and a direct outcome of the women's liberation movement, as well as women being on just about every trade and in every field. And a lot of my generation, the subsequent generations, believing that, which is true, that women can do anything they set their minds to, um, and they're just as qualified and, you know, capable as the next man or woman, per se. But now let's talk about the downfall of feminism, or what I like to call modern day feminism, where, for instance, I had a woman, a very good friend of mine that I've worked with hand in hand for a while, call me out because I told her that she looked nice that day. And she said doing that asserts that maybe she didn't look nice the day before, or asserts that I'm judging her based on her looks, and that it's a sexist comment and I should feel ashamed for saying it and offended. She was offended. I got to tell you, not ashamed for saying it. Never will be. When we were a baby or children, people tell us we look nice all the time. You know, if you dress up and you take care of yourself and you walk out the door that way, to me that's showing respect for your fellow man, and it's something that is important. And what I see in today's modern feminist movement is a lot of ill-kept people. And that shows me they don't have respect for themselves, much less their neighbors, i.e., the people around us in society. And that's why you have sites like the people of Walmart. And the civility of our culture has dropped, and the class of our culture has dropped. And I'm not blaming all that on feminism by any stretch of the imagination. That's not what I'm trying to say here, and I don't want to say it. And normally, I believe that in this country you have a right to believe whatever you want to believe. And far be it from me to impose my thoughts or prejudices, if you'd like to call them, on your concept of what reality is. But unfortunately, you guys are screwing it up. Okay? 40 years ago, these women were fighting for something. They were fighting to have the ability to leave an abusive relationship without the stigmatization that went with it. They were fighting for the ability to be single parents if they had to be because the situation required that. Those were important movements and great gains in the class of our culture. Today, we have women that are triggered by words. And I've heard terms thrown around like verbal rape and the sexism gone rampant, and every man is a closet rapist or sexist, and holding a door, acts of chivalry, are sexism that's perpetuated along by men and perpetrated against women of all kind, and we don't even realize we're doing it because we're just ignorant men and we're that stupid. Okay, I don't buy any of that. When you're running around with a vagina hat on your head and you're telling me that words trigger you and that all men are sexist and we're all rapists, you don't look like strong, powerful women or role models for the next generation of women. You look like a soft ass little whiner. Bottom line. You want to see a strong woman? I'll show you strong women from previous generations. We don't have to go back that far, that lived through abusive relationships and stayed there. You know why? Because they had to raise their children, and at that time that's all the options they had. And what these women put up with was incredible. These women's strength rivaled that of a lion, rivaled that of any man we have in the infantry and any field of the military out there. The strength of these women were unparalleled. And they accomplished many of the things, and many of the ways you can live your life now are because of what they did. And all you're doing is messing it up. And normally I wouldn't care because that's your business. And this is America. But it's bleeding over into our culture and it's corrupting it. And it makes me sick to my stomach, the putridness of it. Okay? And I'm going to show you a way where it's destroying our culture. One little example. Say our fashion. Men in skinny pants. Okay? Skinny jeans. Sorry. You think a man came up with those? I'm a man. I can tell you right now, most uncomfortable crap you'd ever put yourself in. And I don't know where you're going to store things, where you're going to put your phone, where you're going to put your wallet. For God's sakes, I don't even know what you're going to do with what God gave you. I've tried them on. There's no room there. Okay? There's no room. There's no comfort. Do you think that any man really looked at that and said, this looks comfortable? This is the future of our industry of fashion. No. That design came up with by a gay fashion designer, for sure, which is fine, or a female. And the only reason that that's become prevalent in our society, just that one little thing, and this is what I'm talking about, the bleed over, is because young men, especially teenage boys, high school boys, college age boys, I was once one myself, still have fond memories, we will do anything to get next to a beautiful woman. Now you can call that sexist, you can call that whatever you want to call it. It's the truth. No man ever dreamed up this concept, okay? This is a woman that dreamed this up, or a gay fashion designer. It doesn't look good on you. It doesn't look good on him. It doesn't look good on anybody. They've gone so far that in the gym now, I see running pants and workout pants that damn near rival the yoga pants women are wearing. God bless yoga pants. Never said anything bad about them. Absolutely love them. Great. But you understand that that's a bleed over. Men don't like those. Maybe this new generation has no intelligence or no thought process picked up on themselves yet because they're too young. You know why? Because we do what women want us to do. Otherwise, we don't get close to these beautiful women. So you're having a bleed over approach. And to be honest, that shows you the reality of the power that women have in the first place. And if you would just realize that power, you've controlled the world since the world began. You've always controlled it. You just never realized it. You were never able to assert that power. Making men wear skinny jeans is not asserting that power. Pissing and moaning on a street corner, talking about your monthly visitor, or staining your pants red, or not taking care of yourself when you're out protesting or you're out walking day to day and not putting makeup on and not presenting yourself to the public like a decent human being like the rest of us do, doesn't make you stronger. It makes you classless, it makes you less civilized, and it makes you appear weak. And I know that the women's movement does not want to appear weak because there's more strength in women. The pain that they undergo during childbirth is beyond human comprehension, actually. It's beyond the level of pain threshold that we can even measure. So why are you wrecking what so many people work so hard to build? And the next time a man holds the door for you, or says thank you, or says you look nice today, don't find an insult there. Don't find that that's a sexist man making a sexist comment. Maybe that's a genuine person that thinks you look nice that day and appreciates the fact that you spent 45 minutes getting yourself ready for the day when we can't do anything but throw our clothes on, slick our hair back, if it's possible, if we even have hair, and walk out the freaking door. We don't have the benefits you have of being able to make ourselves look even nicer to the opposite sex and to the rest of the world. What we roll out of the bed with is what you get. And ladies, I am so sorry for that because it's not fair to you, but I'm not ever wearing makeup. I don't care what becomes popular. It's never happening with this cat.